Hey guys, what's up? So a few weeks ago I got a request to do a 5 things I wish I had known before joining the Army video, and I really liked that idea, and I thought I'd actually do a 5 things I wish I had known before joining ROTC video while it's still, more fresh in my mind. I'm actually really excited to make this video because I spent a lot of time thinking about this and think I really came up with stuff that'll help a lot. So without further ado, the first thing I wish I had known before joining ROTC was I wish I had understood the OML from day one. Actually, before even joining. So the OML is the Order of Merit list, and it's what the Army uses to judge you versus all the other cadets in the country. Basically, the OML is the formula that provides for how many points you'll get based on what stuff you do. So for example, it factors in your GPA, your PT score, what clubs you're involved in, if you're leaders of those clubs, if you do any varsity sports, if you do intramural sports. It's just a very long list of stuff, and the key is that they're all weighed differently. So for example, when I went through ROTC, GPA was the biggest factor on the OML, meaning you could be a PT stud, get 300 on every PT test, be a social stud, be in tons of clubs and be leader of all those clubs and stuff, but if you still had like a poor GPA, like a 2.7, there's no way you'd be that high on the OML because they were looking at GPA more than the rest of it. So by understanding the OML, you can best spend your time in a way that'll help you get more points, and also in a way that'll not only help you get more points, but also you can prioritize stuff that's gonna help you get points as well as that you're interested in and that will help you grow as a person. Basically, understanding the OML lets you understand how you're being graded. It's like a rubric. So the more you understand the rubric, the more you can tailor your presentation or your 4 years in ROTC to get the highest grade possible. And of course, the higher you are in the OML, the more likely you are to get what you want. So if you want active duty, you're more likely, if you're higher in the OML, you're more likely to get the branch you want, and so forth. The second thing I wish I had known before doing ROTC was the difference between things I needed to master and things I just needed to understand and kind of check the box with. Basically, there's some things in ROTC that you need to put a lot of effort into and that will really pay off in the long run if you understand them. But there's also a lot of stuff where that's not the case. You just kind of need to know it a little bit, get by, and that's about it. Then you can, I don't want to say dump it, but for some of it, it doesn't carry over. So let me give you a quick example. I remember in, sophomore, junior year or something, we had to memorize the characteristics of the defense and the subtext for each of them. So there's I forget exactly, there's 6 or 8 characteristics of the defense, and then they each have their own, what does it mean to have tempo? What does it mean to have blah, 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 blah. You don't need to spend a ton of time on that. You don't need to master characteristics of the defense. You should know what they are and, have a vague understanding of it, but that's about it. That's all you really need. On the other hand, there's map reading, which is huge because everything builds on map reading. How can you plan for a mission if you can't tell what it's gonna look like on the ground? How can you plan all your MET-TC considerations if you don't understand the terrain and what that terrain will mean for a whole bunch of other things? So the earlier you can kind of get a grasp of what you need to master versus what you just need to understand, the better. And that's actually kind of a good segue into my next one. Third thing I wish I had known before doing ROTC, which was I wish I had known more about the real Army. Knowing more about the real Army and what you're really training and preparing for would give you so much better perspective, and it'd really help you with the second point of knowing what you need to master versus just understand. Now there's multiple ways you can do this, and I don't think you can ever really be done with this because the Army is so big and so complex. I don't think you can ever really learn everything about it. But some ways I'd suggest are talking to your cadre, getting real life experiences from them, not just information from the slideshows that they're given to click through in class. If you have prior service people at your school, definitely learn from them. They were in prior service. They've been in the actual units and everything. They can give you some good perspective. And I mean, of course, you can always watch military YouTubers videos. I think they're all acting, I guess we're all acting in the best interest possible in that, we're just trying to provide information and help people who are gonna who are doing the same stuff as us or who are thinking about doing the same stuff, etc. I think we can provide some good perspective too. Basically, get as much information as possible and then piece it all together. You know, don't just listen to one person, because then you're just getting their perspective and their bias. The fourth thing I wish I'd known before doing ROTC is that it's really important to learn from the upperclassmen. You know, during my freshman and sophomore year, I really didn't do enough of this. Those people have a lot to teach. You know, they've been in the program for a few years. They've seen it. They know the tempo and everything. You know, they have a lot that they can teach you. Now, there's gonna be, you know, loud and cocky upperclassmen, but from my experience at least, these are typically not the people you want to listen to. Frankly, I would just go for some of the top performers, some of the people you see who are the best leaders. I'd go to them and ask them and try to get information from them. You know, see if they'll kind of mentor you a little. And the fifth thing I wish I had known before doing ROTC was, well, actually, I didn't really have a problem with this, I have to admit, but I saw a lot of people who did, was, you know, don't let ROTC become your life. You gotta remember, you're only gonna be in college once in your life, and it's really an amazing time, and a time where you can learn so much about so many different things, and, you know, you get to be away from your parents, and you get to do all this stuff, you have all this freedom, and, you know, you learn who you are and everything. Don't forget that. Get a good balance, because I found that the people who made ROTC their life, those were the people who got tired of it and either quit or like let their grades slip or whatever. Just don't do that. Just try to keep that good ROTC and regular college life balance as best as you can. Now, I'm not saying, you know, go out drinking before PT and stuff like that, but just, you know, I think it's easy to kind of tell, you know, when you have a good balance versus when you're going too far to one side or the other. Just don't let ROTC become your life. Don't only hang out with ROTC people. Don't only talk about ROTC. Don't only worry about ROTC. Like, have that good balance. It will definitely pay off. Anyways, that's it, guys. Those are my 5 things I wish I had known before doing ROTC. I really hope this helped. I really think it will. Personally, these are all things that I wish I had known before doing ROTC. I think that would have really paid dividends in the long run. But please let me know if this helped in the comments down below. Give me other video ideas for videos I can make that can help you. I enjoy seeing those, and I do my best to make them. Anyways, that's all I've got for today, guys. Again, I hope it helped. And yeah, so until next time, keep killing it.